Good evening, States Rights Radio, coming to you live from Washington, D.C. I am Bruce political commentary and interviews to you and only to you in the States, and only for the States, and respectfully to the people. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It is 8:30 right now. We are going to have a 9 o'clock p.m. interview with Peter Churman, Texas Libertarian candidate for the Congressional District number 17 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So take a look, and we'll be right back.
God bless America again. You see all the trouble that she's in. Wash her pretty face, dry her eyes, and then God bless America again.
God, I sure do wish you'd bless America again. You know, like you did way back when it all began. You blessed her then, but we just sort of kind of took it for granted and never did ask again. So just hold her hand, God, that's all. And if she should stumble, please don't let her fall.
God bless America again. You see all the trouble that she's in. Wash her pretty face, dry her eyes, and then God bless America again. God bless America.
You know,
again.
I don't understand everything I read and hear about what's wrong with
You
America.
see all the trouble.
But when you don't have a lot of book learning, I guess there's a lot of things you don't understand.
Wash her pretty face,
But let me say this, God,
dry her eyes,
she's like a mother to me, and all I am or ever hope to be, I owe to you
again.
and to her.
Wash her pretty face, dry her eyes, and then God bless America again.
That was God Bless America Again by Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty. God bless America again. Well, yes, folks, God bless America again, because right now we need it. We sure need it, because America is in the crapper right now. You know, America's always been in the crapper, and we need to come back to what it once was. But, you know, somebody put on Twitter, Federalist Party of America. Does federalism even exist in practical sense in the United States today? So, yes, says 15%. Nope says 78%. What the hell is federalism? Is 7%. I mean, it is sad that this country is a federalism republic, and right now people 7% don't know what it is. 15% says yes, and 78% says no. Why 78% says no? Because we have now made the central government bigger than what it really is supposed to be. Remember what the Constitution says about the federal government. The powers of the central government are few and defined, while the powers of the states are numerous and indefinite. That is the main architecture of this federalism republic. The power lies within the states, not the central power. People have to remember that. Not the central power. The central power has no power. It is the states that have the power. But people on the left and people on the right, people who are Republican and people who are Democrats, don't really understand that. They really don't understand that. The power doesn't lie within the central government. The power lies within the states. That's what it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's supposed to be. The power lies within the states. So I'm going to take a little break right now. Hope that will ponder you to open your minds a little bit more about that. I shall return.
Where the bayous wind and them gators swim, sometime late last night when the moon was dim, someone left this life much against his will. And while Jip the cat was alibiing, you know his clothes were drying down on Bourbon Street, where them tourists roam. Some big financier traveling far from home lost his fancy watch and his wallet too. And while to his story Chip was digging, his brand new watch kept ticking. There's a blown out safe in the city hall, standing open wide up against the wall. And though Jip the cat has got a lot of dough, is the money his or bought a plunder? Jip says, oh, and there's a fishing fleet anchored in the bay. Everybody knows shrimps and oysters pay. But when Jip the cat was refused his share, somehow the nets got caught and the take was way off till Jip got his payoff. Ah, the legend goes that they buried him, but nobody knows that he had a twin. And at the services, everybody cried, except in one peculiar smiling mourner, picking pockets in the corner while they set his brother in the ground. Get the feeling Jip is still around.
That was Bobby Darin, Jip the Cat, down in the bayou in Bourbon Street. Jip the Cat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take just a brief interruption right here. I'm sorry if I put you in mute. I will be right back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, right now it is 8:39. 20 more minutes till I have Mr. Peter Churman, Congressional District number 17 of Texas, Libertarian Party. Let's hope a lot of people will join in for liberty. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a country for liberty. It is not a country of tyranny, regardless of who is in power in the central government. This is a country of liberty and justice for all, but mainly liberty. I hope people will understand that. This country was founded with the sense of liberty. The Constitution now grants it. The Constitution has always granted. And let's hope that people will understand that power lies within the states, not the central government. We don't want the central government interfering. We want the states to be the ultimate say in what goes and what doesn't. But now it's common that Republicans pass farm bailouts, Republicans pass tariffs, Republicans pass any big federal spending legislation. That's not, regardless of who's in power, that's so unconstitutional. Believe you and me, folks, that is very unconstitutional. Very unconstitutional. So right now, we're going to take another little break, and hopefully you'll join us at 9 o'clock.
Around the corner, walk round the corner with me. Just round the corner you'll see those blue skies. Blue skies, there's nothing warmer. Won't you feel happy to be sharing the sunshine with me under those blue skies? Troubles may come, but troubles will go. Don't you ever worry anymore. Look at those skies, they're not telling lies. That's what they were put there for. Blue skies around the corner. Everything's gonna be right. Never a cloud in those bright blue skies.
That was Blue Skies Around the Corner by Jack Hilton and his orchestra. Blue skies are around the corner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope in God's name, blue skies are around the corner in this country. I seriously hope that one day we will see blue skies of liberty and our republic is back in states' hands. I cannot stand what the Republicans now or Democrats in the past or that stupid two-party system has done. I cannot stand them anymore because what they've done is a mockery of our federalism republic on both sides, ladies and gentlemen, both sides, not just one or the other, both sides. It's ridiculous that one defends the other and one rejects the other and vice versa. It's ridiculous. Both sides are unconstitutional. Both parties have remained unconstitutional. Both parties are against our federalism republic. It boggles the mind that people are so naive to believe this. But what can I say? I mean, we've come to an age where big central government is the way to go. And that's not how our American republic was born. It is not how our American republic was born. I want people to understand that. Our American republic was born by a representative republic, like the Roman Republic. That's how our republic was made, to be just like a Roman republic. That's why I keep saying every republic needs a Cato. Cato is the perfect example of how the Roman Republic triumphed during those times. And then came a man like Julius Caesar and screwed it all up. The Roman Republic did not want to invade Gaul. The Roman Republic did not want to invade the Goths and barbarians up there in Germania. No! The Roman Republic would just want to be in Rome. And that's it. And just do commerce with other nations. They didn't want to invade anything. That's what we've become. We've become the Roman Empire, a destructive, despicable Roman Empire. That's what this country has become, a despicable Roman Empire. But it is now 8:47, 10 more minutes till 9 for my interview with Peter Churman, Congressional District Number 7, Libertarian of Texas. Stay tuned for that, coming at 9. Right now, we're going to take a little break with a little bit of music.
In a cavern down by a canyon, excavating for a mine, there lived a miner from North Carolina and his daughter, Chubby Clementine. Now every morning, yeah, just about dawning, when the sun began to shine, you know she would rouse up, wake all of them cows up, and walk them down to her daddy's mine. I took the footbridge, we crossed the water, although she weighed 299. The old bridge trembled and disassembled. Whoops! Dumped her in to the foamy brine. Hey, crack like thunder. Hup, hup. You know she went under. Hup, hup. I'm blowing bubbles down the line. Hey, I'm no swimmer, but were she slimmer, I might have saved that Clementine. Oh, she broke the record way underwater. I thought that she was doing fine. I wasn't nervous, not until the service. that they held for Clementine. Hey, you sailor, way out of your whaler, with your harpoon in your trusty line. If she shows now, yeah, there she blows now. It just may be Chunky Clementine. One more time. Oh, my darling, 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 sweet Clementine. You may be gone, but you're not forgotten. Fare thee well. So long, Clementine. Bye.
And that was Clementine by Bobby Darin. Clementine. It is now 10 to 9. We're going to have a little special guest for 10 minutes. Right now, he's a little bit of a Trumpster, and we're going to have a little bit of a 10-minute debate here. So I'll be right back. And we're back for 10 minutes. Right now we're on the phone here with a man that kind of will defend the president. God, I don't know why he will. I mean, the man is a baboon, but we'll like to hear and ask him why he will defend this baboon we call the president of the United States. How you doing, sir?
Good. Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate the invitation and your friendship as always.
Well, thank you very much. No, I appreciate it very much. And let's have a little bit of a small time debate. And again, you know that impeachment is coming. Why won't you finally realize that this man is impeachable?
Well, I certainly think the Democrats want to impeach him. And in terms of defending him, to me, I guess we're all human. I'm a human being like so many others of us, and that I try to defend him when he's right and try to criticize when he's wrong. But at the same time, I don't really quite see the crime that I think he would have had to have committed for to be a high crime and misdemeanor that the Constitution defines, and that would really warrant an impeachment of a president. And certainly, he's got some character flaws and things I wish he hadn't done. But making 2 payments to women, out of his personal fund, is that a high crime? And not that I'm aware of, at least. And the professor up at, I think he's at Harvard, it's Alan Dershowitz, who's a longtime Democrat, sort of civil liberties kind of guy, certainly not someone ideologically on the side of Trump or Republicans in general, says the same thing. So what would you say to that?
Well, it's very ironic that now the Trumpsters are all gaga with Mr. Alan Dershowitz, the man who was part of the Dream Team and had O.J. Simpson got off. So it's ironic that Trumpsters are now gaga over this man who has no scruples. And even Donald Trump, I mean, maybe there is no crime, but the thought of that he's lying, just like Bill Clinton lying under oath or lying about, affairs or no affairs. I mean, God knows what else. Something there has to be a smoking gun out there.
What was the lie? I'm not familiar with it.
Well, that he said that he never had relations with this woman of the adult film industry, and he kept.
Has that changed though?
Yeah, that's changed. No, that hasn't changed.
I thought you said from the beginning he didn't have an affair. He just paid her off to keep her quiet, so he didn't have to deal with the bad press out of it.
Well, at first he said he lied, and now he says, now it's coming out that he paid her because the lawyer pleaded guilty. So, he hasn't yet come up with responsibility saying, yeah, I had an affair with her, blah, blah, blah. He's just lying his pants off like a pure Democrat. You do realize that Donald J. Trump was a Democrat, right? And he still is.
I definitely would say he probably was, from things he said, just in the media, like 10 years ago, So yeah, I think that's fair. He was a New York kind of guy, and he's probably the most conservative president we've had since Ronald Reagan. I think more conservative than Richard Nixon, and I don't know enough about Eisenhower to make a.
Well, I'll pretend I'll pretend and hear your first statement. There's the most conservative president in American history. Really? Well, are tariffs a conservative?
History.
Are tariffs conservative? Are farm bailouts conservative?
Certainly, farm bailouts are not too exciting.
So he's not the most conservative person out there.
Well, I didn't say out there. Since Ronald Reagan, compared to George Bush, who expanded the size of Medicaid and got some did lots of government expansion under his watch, a lot more spending.
So is this guy?
Yeah, there is some spending there, but I mean, I think he's reduced the power of government. He's out of Washington. I think he's cut lots of regulations out. He's decreased the power base that's there, and also kind of put some stuff back in the states. But yeah, right. Spending is still a problem. You're right on that much.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really call him most conservative since Reagan. I really don't see that, but again, that's why I didn't vote for him in 2016, and if I'm still here in 2020, I will definitely not vote for nobody. I mean, I haven't seen a good candidate. Maybe I'll vote for the Libertarian. Maybe I'll vote for the Green Party. Who knows? But right now, the two-party system is just one of the same, and I see no reason to continue it.
Well, I think Trump's almost is the independent candidate. He is kind of independent of the Republican Party. He's certainly independent of the establishment, and certainly he's not on the favor of the Democrats these days, whether he was a Democrat before or since. And the issue of tariffs, I mean, to me, no, I'm not real a fan of tariffs. I'd rather just trade barriers come down. But at the same time, it's like other countries have trade barriers against us, and yet we can't use some trade war tactics to get their barriers to come down. And at least so far, and I guess he always changed his mind, but it seems like that's what he's after. Hey, Canada's got this 200% tariff on some kind of dairy product up there, and so it's kind of like it's used against us, and we're supposed to kind of take. It's not really doesn't seem like being treated fairly. It's okay for them to do it, but not us. And
well, that's the whole point we've been discussing with you and other people. Is that it's not who care. I mean, it's free trade. You want to trade with us, fine. You want to buy our stuff, that's fine. If not, then we'll go somewhere else who will buy our stuff. And toodaloo. Again, with Canada, I mean, I never even heard of Canadian food. Have you? Or Canadian literature?
Canadian bacon's something I think of, but
yeah. Exactly. And 3 minutes to closing, but I pretend I didn't hear that as the most independent person from the Republican Party. Didn't he? One last thought. Didn't he appoint John Bolton, who's the biggest neocon of the GOP and of the establishment?
Yeah, I mean, Bolton is alarming. He's certainly well versed in foreign policy, but I mean, personally, it is concerning that he's in the spot that he is. But Trump so far has been really restrained as president compared to Obama and Bush, and I'd say even Clinton at this point, other than a few bombs in Syria, which I think was misguided. He really has been very restrained in terms of American military use, overseas. So.
Well, anyway, we enjoy this having little chats, sir. It's a shame that I still haven't convinced you to vote independent. Hopefully, I will. Keep hope alive that we will do this, and we get for a brighter day with a brighter new republic. I appreciate your time, sir, and you have yourself a wonderful night.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
You too. Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the mouth of one elusive Trumpster. It is a shame that people are still supporting this megalomaniac demagogue as they supported demagogues during Obama. We don't want demagogues. We don't need demagogues. We want a chief executive, not a tyrant in chief. It is 1 more minute to our 9 p.m. interview with Peter Churman, congressional candidate, Libertarian candidate for Congressional District number 17 in Texas. Stay around, and I will be right back. And we're back. We are back with Mr. Peter Churman, Libertarian candidate for the Congressional District of Texas. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, to our listeners out there, you're running for the 17th Congressional District of Texas. How is that district made up?
Well, it has Waco and College Station, a little tiny part of Austin where I live. The gerrymandered portion is disgusting to me. It makes absolutely no sense. And a large chunk of rural areas that really have no representation in Congress because our congressman doesn't particularly listen to them. He pretty much stays in Waco and College Station and ignores the 90% geographical area that makes up our district.
I see. And right now the incumbent is Republican Bill Flores.
He's a Tea Party guy. He was elected in 2010. He was elected on the same things that I'm running on. Fiscal responsibility. He was elected to stop federal power grab, and he, said he would never vote for omnibus spending or all this. He would reduce the size of government. And 2 months into his first term, he voted for an omnibus spending bill that increased government and government spending. And it's just been more of the same since then.
I see. And the Democrat is Rick Kennedy, and I take it that he is very similar to Bill Flores.
I like Rick. We did a couple of debates, him and Dale Mante, the Democratic primary opponent that he had. And yes, the way they would govern, Bill and Rick are really the same. They both love better government and bigger government, and they both think they can run your lives and spend your money better than you can.
Okay. What is the major concern that's affecting Texas and your district?
We have no representation. Bill Flores votes with Paul Ryan, who is the first district of Wisconsin, 98.5% of the time. And Texas is a huge state, but we have different issues than Wisconsin. You should not vote as the same way as someone from Wisconsin that often. There should be some difference there. And I really think the way it goes in Congress nowadays, Paul Ryan is fundraiser in chief. He has told Bill to vote this way, and Bill does it.
I see. Yeah, there's been a lot of that in D.C. Even in 2009 when they passed the omnibus of the Affordable Care Act. You had a so-called pro-life congressman from Michigan, Bart Stupak, that he didn't want to vote for it, but then he got convinced by his party and the President Obama to vote for it. So, yeah, it's high time that it's too much of this two-party system that has become the same ideologues here and there. And in reading your website and what you're proposing, you are proposing a flat tax. Tell us something about that.
Well, we reduced taxation in our country this spring, which I think is the correct thing to do. I would like to see taxation reduced further, but we should do it in a fair way. And having a flat tax with no exemptions would do that. The problem we have with taxes is really the same thing. When you say taxes, you should say spending, because it is the same thing. The government taxes us this year over $4 trillion. Now, we're not going to pay that much this year, so we have a deficit. So our grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be liable for that. So when you talk about taxation, you're talking about spending. The key to reducing taxation is to reduce spending. Mm-hmm. And the key to reducing spending is really pretty simple. Just go back to what's in the Constitution. We didn't have a federal income tax for a long time. We subsisted our government essentially on a cotton tariff. I'm not great on tariffs, but I would rather have a small amount of tariff than a personal income tax or a corporate income tax. So we just need to spend less and have a simple and easy tax plan.
That's true. I mean, my ultimate dream is to, get enough votes in Congress, and hopefully we get ratified by the states, is to repeal the 16th Amendment that gives carte blanche to individual state governments and the central government to pass any such tax law there is in mankind. In New York City, New York, they passed the soda tax. In California, they're passing gas taxes, and so on and so on. Straw taxes, and I mean, it goes on and on. So, I mean, a flat tax is good. I mean, here you have Democrats and Republicans talk about equality and all that, but we're not equal in being taxed. We should be equal being taxed. Why should we be measured on how much we make? It doesn't matter. We're all equal citizens.
Yes. I abhor all taxation. I am not a voluntarist, but I don't like taxes. And when you look at our Constitution, Article 8, Section 1, the enumerated powers, what there is there, when you get down to it, the answer is the federal government is not expressly authorized to do much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
The powers are few and defined, and state by state, their taxations and what they want to do. That would be a great system if people had freedom to move independently from one state to another. You see that happening a lot. California seems everybody in California wants to move to Texas, or at least a large portion of them. I think New York, all the people in New York want to move to Florida. And I think that's because Texas and Florida have a less taxation infrastructure in them. And that's fine as long as you don't have to pay an enormous amount to the federal government. And when the federal government does things, it does them carte blanche, one size fits all for all 320 million people in the country. And we just don't have the same needs as someone in Alaska, and someone in Maine doesn't have the same needs as someone in Utah. We just need different forms of government in each state, which is what our Constitution basically laid out.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, and that's the beauty of how this republic was formed. This republic was formed in having an administrative central power and individual autonomous states working together in trying to create this perfect union. So it just really boggles the mind that nowadays people want a big government like in Venezuela or UK, and see how damaging the UK government is, or the government of Venezuela right now. So, nowadays people want the central power, either the courts or Congress, to intervene. And that's really not what it's supposed to do. And that's why I'm glad that I'm interviewing people like you, libertarians, that understand how this country was formed. And I want to bring that message because Republicans will not share that message, Democrats won't share that message, but libertarians like yourselves and other people I've had on the show do share that message, and I want people to hear that.
Sure. One other thing about that, it has become popular today. The governors and attorney generals of the states, Scott Pruitt did it in Oklahoma, Greg Abbott does it here in Texas all the time. They sue the federal government. The federal government does something that probably deserves some legal matter. It's not authorized in the Constitution, and that's all fine and good. But rather than suing the federal government, they should arrest the agents that are in our state and kick them out. They have the power to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Suing, all these lawsuits go nowhere. But if you arrested a federal agent and exported him out of your state, that would get things done. And they don't do it. I don't know why they don't do it. I think if Governor Abbott did that, he would be extremely popular for getting rid of the federal government. But he just sends a lawsuit that spends some taxpayer dollars and eventually goes nowhere. And until we have someone who is willing to enforce the Constitution, we are going to have more of the same.
Oh, absolutely. And that's something that it's in the Constitution to refuse to cooperate with union officials. I mean, that's one of the key positions of James Madison, and which I always keep saying that James Madison is a very, very underrated president and founding father. People should really, governors in all states should refuse to cooperate with union officials if that act of Congress is unconstitutional. And Greg Abbott should definitely do it. Rick Scott should definitely do it. Other governors out there should definitely do it. I mean, the states has the power to not cooperate with the federal government. And these lawsuits, you're right, they go nowhere. It's just a waste of taxpayers' money on clerks that they punch in a clock at 8 o'clock, they punch out at 5 p.m. and that's it. It's completely ludicrous. So I'm with you all the way. Now, a couple of questions. If you do get in there in Congress, what will be your main task to help your district and Texas?
My main task would be to reduce the taxation burden.
Okay.
Libertarians, we like to have discussions of which federal agency would we abolish first. And I think that's a good thought experiment. But you can go through those agencies and take them down piece by piece until they have no reason for being, and those duties are passed to the state. And it would save money. That's what I want to do. I don't want my children and their children and their children's children to be saddled with debt like I am. Between federal and state tax debt, I'm in like over $440,000 right now. And I'm just a blue collar guy. I don't have that money. And as long as we keep rising the national debt, it's just going to get worse. And we can't raise taxes to pay it. We have to cut federal spending.
No, that's true. And it's a shame that every president in every single State of the Union address, they come out and say, well, we're going to do this for education. We're going to do this for transportation. We're going to do this for roads and blah, blah, blah. And all that speeches and blah, blah, blah. It is so blatantly unconstitutional that that's a first case of impeachment right there. And impeachment, conviction, and expulsion. I mean, presidents since FDR or even before FDR should have suffered the wraths of, impeaching, convicting, and expelling these unconstitutional presidents. But for some reason, I don't know why, now it's party over politics, party over principle. And it's just, really boggles the mind. But you're right. The first rule is to lower taxes and lower spending. You're absolutely right. What other issues? I know I asked you before, but what other issues is facing Texas?
Well, there's tons, but all of these issues that are facing Texas are Texas problems.
Correct.
Texas has the great advantage of we used to be a country. We have one of the largest economies in the world, just as the state of Texas. We can handle these problems on our own. We can do that. But when we continue to send all of this money to the federal government, it makes it hard for Texas to govern on its own. So the key for Texas, what would help Texas, is for Texans to govern Texas. We need a federal government for a few things. The military, which needs to be authorized every 2 years, is one of the things that we could use, but that military needs to be reduced. But for the day-to-day issues, Texas will be just fine if Texans govern Texas. We don't need the federal government.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, you know, Texans can govern Texans, Floridians can be Floridians, Alabamans, and so on and so on. Even Californians can be Californians and govern California in their own little weird way. But you know, again, it's whatever the state of California wants, and that's something that, you know, when I know you guys suffered through Hurricane Harvey and Florida suffered as well, but I am not too partial of federal aid to the states. I know that Governor Abbott accepted federal aid, and going back to 2013, Governor Christie accepted federal aid after Sandy, and I just
they were right to do so. And let me tell you why I think they were right. The federal government took our money. We should get that money back. It has been taken by force by the federal government.
That's true.
We should be able to get it back. Now, I would prefer a system where we didn't send that money to the federal government in the first place.
Correct.
It comes back to roads. In Texas, we spend 18.4 cents per gallon of gasoline, and we send it to Washington, and then we ask Washington, please, can you come build us some roads? Texas doesn't need to do that. We can handle our roads on our own. We don't need the federal government. And of that 18.4 cents, only about 40% of that gets actually spent on roads. It's a huge waste of money. It just makes government bigger, and we don't get roads out of it. So, no thank you, federal government. I do not need your help any longer.
No. You're right there. Now, is there a lot of private highways in Texas?
There are a few toll roads. They're not very popular, and I think the reason they're not popular is because we pay a toll at the pump every time we fill up. We pay state and federal gas taxes. So why should we have to pay state and federal gas taxes for roads, which is essentially a toll, and then drive on another road and pay an additional fee? It makes no sense.
No, of course not. I mean, you know,
if we are going to pay gas taxes, if we are going to be taxed for our roads, we should be able to drive on roads. If they removed all taxation from gasoline and we could save 50 cents a gallon at the pump, I personally wouldn't mind toll roads all that much. But that's not what they're doing. They're doing both. They're taxing us at the pump and on the roads, and it's just a bad system.
Yeah, you know, nowadays Washington D.C. wants their cake and wants their two cakes of slices and have it, and you know, they want their cake and eat it too. And simply that cannot be. You know, you cannot be taxed at the pump and taxed at the roads. You got to pick one or the other. And that's the same thing that's happened in Florida as well. Florida's got the Florida's Turnpike from Homestead all the way up to Ocala, and you know, you pay. It is a substantial amount of money in tolls, plus you pay a gas tax on that. So, you know, not many people use the Florida's Turnpike because they rather just take I-95. And yet, in states like Maryland and New Jersey, you got federal highways that have a toll. So, you know,
it's backwards. You've already been taxed to pay for that road.
Exactly. So, I mean, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. You got to pick one or the other, gas tax or toll roads. And you're absolutely right. But that's good thinking. And any other issues in mind that you have that you want to tell our listeners?
My website is churchman4texas.com.
Mm-hmm.
I don't accept donations over $100 because money has soiled politics. I don't know how to get money out of politics. I see no way to do that because money turns into advertising and advertising turns into votes. But I am a principled candidate, and I just won't be beholden to a large campaign donor. So I will take donations of $100 monthly, but I won't take any more than that. And I think I'm probably the only candidate in America who is doing that. And if you really want to get money out of politics, if you really want your politicians to vote in your interest instead of a large corporate donor's interest, you have to vote for candidates who aren't beholden to corporate donors or large campaign donors. That's the only way to do it. The people have that power. They just need to exercise it.
Correct, and the people have that power, and they need to exercise it. And it's people like you that will reach that type of message. And I think it's great that you are taking donations, but not to a high value, because you don't want to ruin your principle or your reputation as an honest man. And I salute you for that. And you're right. I mean, nowadays politicians or candidates, they seek out high donations from Wall Street corporations or law firms, etc. And that's what's killing this country right here. And people don't realize that both parties are being supported by Wall Street, not by Main Street America, like in the old days.
Yeah. Well, my opponent almost only takes large campaign donations. He gets very little money in individual contributions. It's like over 90% is a large campaign donation that goes to his campaign, and his votes prove that out. If government is the problem, the people are the solution.
And you're right there as well. The people are the solution, and it's people like you and me and others that I've had on my show, and libertarians and conservatives and constitutionalists that need to spread that message and spread it loud and clear that we are the solution, not the other politicians that just do nothing, like your opponent Bill Flores or Rick Kennedy or many others like him. It's people like you, me, and other candidates that are out there trying to work hard and trying to give a clear message of liberty and small government, and I think it's great.
I will give a shout out to Rick, since his listeners are voting. He also does not take any PAC donations.
Okay.
He will take the federally mandated maximum of campaign donations, which I think is $2,600 this year. But he doesn't take PAC donations, although his website is run by Act Blue, which is a PAC. So I haven't dug into that a lot, but I have looked at his financial reports, and as of yet, he doesn't have any large campaign donors.
All right, then.
Kudos to Rick.
Kudos to the first Democrat that doesn't take PAC money. That's a good Democrat. So that's good. Any last words before? Any last campaign platforms or policy that you want to add?
My campaign policy is federal spending and reducing it and giving power back to the people. My Facebook, I am at elect Peter Churchman, and on Twitter, I am at Churchman TX17. So go there and contact me. I'll talk with anybody.
All right, great. Peter Churchman, it's great to have you on, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you do represent Texas in the United States Congress. Your website is Churchman for Congress.
ChurchmanForTexas.com.
Oh, I'm sorry, ChurchmanForTexas.com. Take a look, and I think he's a great man for Texas, and I do hope you get in.
Thank you.
Have yourself a great night, and for liberty, and keep on fighting.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Sure. Have a great night. Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all join in on my interview with Peter Churchman, 17th Congressional District of Texas, churchmanfortexas.com. I believe it's his website. And take a look. And right now, like I said, libertarians need to, Americans need to listen to a multi-party system. And I believe the Libertarian Party is the party of change, is the party of liberty, and to get rid of this monstrosity of central power. So libertarians out there in Texas, New Jersey, Colorado, get out there and vote for libertarians, because that is the key, that is the choice, that is the change. The change for liberty, not Democrats, not Republicans, but libertarians. They are the key to change this whole country back to the way it was. Less taxation, less spending from the federal government, less intrusive power from the federal government, That is the key. So I wish you all the best to all my candidates I've interviewed from the Libertarian Party, because those people are the change. Those people are the choice. For states' rights, thank you and good night.